Okay, we're on bottom, phase 2. This is our post-tension stand-up. Post means after, so after the tension. Our opponent's attacking us, so our rule is this. When under attack, we defend. We're defending the attack, weathering the storm. Our opponent kind of lets go to something else, because if what you're doing on top isn't working, you're going to let go and go to something else, and that's our opportunity. Too often, we wrestle too much on bottom. Our approach is to kind of hold position and wrestle in sprints and not move nonstop, which I know is commonly taught. I haven't had very many athletes in my 40 years of doing this that can move nonstop on bottom. So we like to wrestle in sprints, and that's a tactic that I learned from an Olympic champ who was an Olympian a few times, 3 times actually. So it's kind of just a different method than what a lot of us have learned. So here's our post-tension stand-up. So while under attack, I defend. So I'm not going to go with the flow very often on bottom. When my opponent's attacking, I'm defending. So Colum's going to get a real deep tight waist and maybe go to an arm chop, and Trevor's going to fight. Now notice on the arm chop counter, we're kind of throwing another technique at you. We're sagging, just like you lean back when you play tug of war. We have a straight left arm, and we're putting all of our weight on our back shoestring. So now you're loading up the tight waist arm with weight. So Colum's going to try to chop again. He can't do it, so he lets go. Trevor's going to explode up with his left leg. Sometimes on a post-tension stand-up, we'll stand up with the outside leg. Sometimes the inside. I let the athletes decide. And sometimes we may have a knee slide as well. Generally, off the arm chop counter, we don't knee slide, and it's always an inside stand-up. But after, when we're countering any other attack on top, except for an arm chop, we just let them decide. So go ahead one more time. So you're chopping and he's fighting. Good, let go. He comes up, go back down. Want to add something? So chop and hold. Do not stand up this time, Trevor. Now let go, Column. Get a deeper tight waist. Now go back to a chop again. Good, so you're still fighting. He lets go. Come up, Trevor. Good, so go back down. Good, so you're in referee's position. So now a post-tension stand-up works from other attacks as well. Generally in high school and kids wrestling, we're fighting arm chops a lot. But also keep one thing in mind. I've timed it, it's every 2 seconds or less. Your opponent will let pressure off of you. Your opponent's going to attack, and as long as he or she doesn't gain any ground, they're going to let go and do something else. So it's unrealistic to think that you're going to get away every time someone lets pressure off. Just wait 2 more seconds, all right? So let's say the arm chop didn't work, and so let's just say, like in kids wrestling, he goes to a waist ankle. He's trying to run us over. So instead of all the waist ankle counters on bottom, we don't do any of them. We just base out, and eventually Column, after about 2 seconds or 3 seconds, he's got to let go anyway because it's a stalling tactic, right? Then we come up. Good, so that's the outside leg. Here we go again. Now throw a knee slide to an inside leg. So he's going to go to a waist ankle. Good, stop, you're driving, stop. Now when he lets go, I want you to slide that knee and stand your left leg up. So there's a knee slide stand up off of a waist ankle. So that's a post-tension stand up from a waist ankle. Good, so now maybe jump on his back and try to cradle him. Good, Trevor's going to keep his head up and kind of fight. The cradle's not even close to being there. You wait 2 more seconds, he's going to let go, we come up, okay? Good, maybe a spiral ride or a half. He could even be trying to dig up a chicken wing, but right now go to a spiral or a half. Good. Good, he lets go. Good, there's a stand up. You can go inside on that one too. Now try to dig up an arm bar or a chicken wing position. Good, Trevor's really fighting here. Good, now try to go again. You can't get it. Let go. He comes up. Good, here we go again. So this time try an arm bar. And Trevor, do not stand up. So try to dig up an arm bar for about 2 or 3 seconds. Good, try again. Go like crazy, Column. Really try to get it. Good, so now Column, it's just not there, so jump onto a cradle. Good, so he transitioned there. So good. Now he lets go of that. Now Trevor comes up. Good. So the point being this is, you're not going to come up after every time your opponent lets pressure off. And they're going to go from one attack to another. So a drill that we do is this. I'll say, okay, number 1 man is on bottom. If you're on top, you have 30 seconds. No leg riding, but you can do anything else. If you get an arm, you have 30 seconds to try to get an arm. and turn your opponent or get a cradle. And bottom guy, your job is to learn to go 30 seconds straight with adjusting your hips, keeping, arms straight, just learning how to weather the storm. Now, if my top opponent does get an arm or a chicken wing or a cradle, they can try to turn me. Then we'll put the other guy down. We do this quite a bit, especially in the more beginning phases of wrestling. Kids who have wrestled 4 years or less, a lot of times they're not really good defensively from here. So that's a great drill. And then we'll say, okay, top guy, you're going about 75%. You're trying to attack waist ankle, spiral, cradle, head lever, chicken wing, I don't know, anything, arm chop, any attack you want. And with the bottom wrestler, every 3 or 4 times your top opponent lets pressure off, you need to come up. Because we're trying to learn that you're probably not going to come up after every time your opponent lets weight off. We're also trying to learn that there's no need to panic. Just wait 2 more seconds, wait 4 more seconds. There's plenty of time, for your wrestling and sprints philosophy on bottom to work. But there's a lot of ideas, and that's our post-tension stand-up from bottom position.